Welcome back, everyone. Doesn't it look so nice and shiny at first glance? But let me bring you up closer to see. Hopefully the camera will pick up the details. It's not really doing a good job. There, you can kind of see some like wavy in this area right here. You can kind of see it there. There's probably a good angle of it, right? We got a whole bunch of texture right there, and you may think if you were doing this, oh man, this is totally fucked up. It's a lot of work to get that down flat. It's not. It really isn't. I just take a simple block of wood, and I start off with some 150, very light pressure, just enough pressure to control the block of wood, right? Just enough. Right, very, very light strokes back and forth and even across the grain. I know you probably were taught in grade school or elementary school or junior high or something like that. Never go across the grain. Fuck them. Don't worry about it. Because eventually, if you do the steps correctly, nobody will see any scratches. Or if you do end up with scratches, you're going to put them with the grain in your final step. So 150, right? Simple block of wood. Make sure it's relatively straight. This one doesn't appear to be bad. I eased over the edge, right? Just a little bit. And then the next one will be 220. And then I go to a coarse steel wool. This is very coarse. There are numbers to this. You can't buy this at your grocery store, right? And then this one here is not as rough as that one. And then that one right there, I definitely remember is 00. That's your finishing one, right? So you probably don't want anything this aggressive except for maybe on certain times. But again, you buy this stuff at your hardware store like Lowe's, Ace, Home Depot, things of that nature. Your mom and pop hardware store probably has a variety pack of them. That's how I usually buy mine. And you can use them for a long, long time. Again, you can set the steel wool over there on a block or just use your fingers. Every now and then you might just want to get into a tight spot and just kind of get it in there. But that's what works good for knocking it down. This whole cabinet was fucked. I mean, you look at the top now, right? I've knocked it all down except for like around here where I tried to blend this radio in, right? I'm not too concerned about it because that's my first time doing such a thing, trying to blend in a piece of plastic to a piece of wood. First time ever trying to do that. I'm happy with it. It's not the best. I would like better, but it is what it is. It's almost totally flat. I mean, I can't see any deviations. I mean, I really can't. I mean, there's some stuff that I can see right in there. But other than that, it is what it is. Now, I didn't swell it enough, even though I can't really feel this with my finger because there's clear coat on there. I never did iron out my clamp marks because my wife gets mad at me even for using the scissors, so I didn't even bother trying to get the iron, right? And I'm not about to go out and go buy an iron just for this project. Again, this is going to be used in my hobby shop room or work room out in my backyard, so I'm not too worried about the overall looks about it, but I do want to make it somewhat flat. And no, this is not a light from my cell phone camera. That's just a light from up above. So as you can see, it takes some work to get it down. The back side is just simply black, if you will, and you can see where the runs happen. This is lacquer applied with a brush, which is absolutely horrible, the worst thing ever. I will never ever do that again. Applying lacquer with a brush, that was a big mistake. It dries way too fast or it sets up too fast, so it never gets a chance to lay down flat. Let me do something real quick. So to help you guys see that better, I grab a piece of 220. I'm gonna lay my block down there in the middle. I'm just going to gently rub over it and see if we can create some dust. So that way you guys can see the wrinkles and stuff. All right, now you got a better idea of what's actually there and what's not there. So the whole goal is to knock off all of these high spots and bring them down to the low spots. Right? And just keep going, not pushing on it. You're just kind of controlling the weight of the sander, right? See, my feet are not bracing this box, right? It's not clamped to a bench or anything. Just kind of work it back and forth. Yeah, this is just 220 just to show you where these things are. But I would start off with 150 and then 220 and then your steel wool. Then you can apply some spray clear, which is what I'm going to do later on. Have a good day.